Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a demigod build guide in Baldur's Gate 3 for the Hair of Hades. This is a mod in the in-game mod manager made by Dean Enterprise. This is a cool class because you get some different abilities based on the different Greek gods. We're going with Hades here, which gives us the soul shield to protect yourself from an attack and unleash necrotic energy around you, dealing a 1d6 and soul changed enemies within 3 feet of you who do not succeed a wisdom saving throw. You also get inflict wounds, bane, and burning hands for spells. I've done previously a build guide on Zeus, so you can check my channel out for that. For our ability scores, we're going to go with 16 wisdom, 16 dexterity, and 14 constitution. So it's going to be a pretty fun build. I'll show you all the gear options and also a bit of combat so you got an idea of what to do with this build. At level 2, we get ourselves the soul burn. So burn a soul chain enemies from the inside out, doing a 2d6 of damage. And then we also get ourselves a choice in a spell at level 1. And also Toll the Dead's here, which is a cantrip, which is kind of funny. But Hellish Rebuke is a good choice, or you can take Toll the Dead if you want to take something necrotic based. We got different class passives here. With Cloak Strike making you turn invisible after casting a spell, this is our first choice. We also got Paralyzing Strike, which can give paralyze to enemies whenever you attack them with a melee attack. Mighty Intensity can make your saving throws succeed more frequently. Holy Healing will give you an additional 2d6 of healing, and Spell Warp will allow you to teleport after casting as a bonus action. Cloak Strike obviously being very good, and if you got the Dark Deathstalker Mantle from the Dark Urge, that also pairs well here because invisibility is nice, especially for spells like Scorching Ray, which use attack rolls, so you get advantage. Also, Darkness is a pretty nice spell to throw in here, but we're also going to go with Hades Grasp. This is a 2d6 necrotic and restrains enemies and applies soul chain to them as well, so that is pretty nice because we're going to set that up with this. Then we get to pick another one of these here. I also like the ability to make spells that need to succeed their saving throws that succeed more frequently. And for another class passive, we get the Soldier of Hell, which makes you immune to burning and get Hades weapon spell, or the Soul Bearer, which gives you a chance to apply soul chain on your melee attacks. This is better because this will turn our damage types into fire and also make it use wisdom for our attack rolls, so that's nice. It's a bonus action. Fire damage can be pretty fun, and there are some resistances to it, but you obviously know when and when not to use that. This class is also first and foremost a caster based class. So we get the Demigod Agility, increasing our movement speed as well, and then we get ourselves another choice in spell. So Darkness being a really great option there. For our ability score improvement, I think Wisdom is the best choice, although Dexterity can be a nice pick, and Alert is always a good pick too. Now at level 5, we get ourselves Medusa's Gaze, doing 3d6 plus 2 psychic damage. Enemies that are facing you are petrified or take psychic damage, so one or the other. Uses a fate point in a level 3 spell. And for our level 3 spell, Hunger of Hadar is a pretty solid one. This does require concentration. And if you got Mistress spell, we also get this Summon Shadow Spawn, which is nice to have. And we get to pick another class passive, so you can use the heal there if you need it, or you can add paralyzing to your attacks, or even just a teleport as a bonus action can be nice. So take which one of those you prefer. And at level 6, we get ourselves the Blood Servant, so Walk into Blood absorbing, unlocking the Blood Servant spell. In addition, we also get Blaze Warp, doing a 4d8 of fire damage, teleport in a ball of fire exploding on contact, setting everything around you on fire, causing burning for 3 turns. Pretty nice. Then we also get another choice in spell. I think Animate Dead makes sense here for Hades, the god of the underworld. So level 7, we get ourselves the Plague spell, which deals damage every turn. If an enemy dies, they become an undead ally. Really cool spell icon there. We also get a choice in spell, Wall of Fire being a really useful one. So we'll go with our Wall of Fire, and then Shadow of Moil if you got 5e or Mistress spells. 2d8 necrotic, wreath your body in shadow, which heavily obscures you and dims light within 3 meters. Gain resistance to radiant damage, and any creature that attacks you within 3 meters takes 2 to 16 necrotic damage. Concentration, turn invisible. That's pretty useful because we're able to be a bit stealthier of a caster. And we get a choice in another leveled spell. Fire Shield being a not bad choice, but even Fear is good too, because you can use this to make the enemies drop their weapons and become fearful, given disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, making you a lot more likely to succeed. Now, another ability score improvement, Take Up Wisdom, is pretty good for making our spell save DC go high, although you can take Dexterity if you'd like. And at level 9, we get ourselves the Godly form, so Trigger 2 Self as a god, ends whenever your temporary health is depleted. And we get to choose 2 spells here at level 5. Insect Plague being a good one for crowd control, dealing piercing damage, and Conjure Elemental being able to create an elemental, which is Nice. Anytime we can get someone to help out with combat, that's always useful. Then we get to pick another spell. Cloud Kill can be nice if you have zombies, because this will not affect them. Flame Strike can be another okay spell if you want to take something like that. It's between your choice and Cloud Spell, or Clouds, or the Radiant Strike there. For level 11, we get a choice in another level 6 spells here, but our next level, we actually get pretty much magical secrets. So we're going to take ourselves Circle of Death, because that's really good necrotic damage in an area of effect. Eye Bite can also be good too for concentration to put enemies to sleep, giving you a free critical hit. At level 12 here, you can see basically the free choice of magical secrets. So there's a few standout picks for me. There's also the Thunderburst here, which is exclusive to this class. It does 3d8 thunder damage, kind of like a Thunder Wave. But if you got Mr. Spells mod, Steel Wind Strike is by far one of the best spells. You can hit 5 targets for a 6d10 of force damage, which is huge. I'm also a big fan of Cone of Cold. You can go that route if you want a little extra cold damage. Chain Lightning also being another good choice, or obviously Wall of Ice and Odalix Freezing Sphere. And if you want to be more defensive, Globe of Invulnerability is never a bad choice too. But there's also earlier choices like Magic Missile if you want something like that, or Spiritual Weapon. But I think the best choice here is one of the damaging spells, so you can go with that. Even Hold Monster can be somewhat useful. It's really your choice, but also Shield is not a bad spell, but I think that it's best to go Chain Lightning and Steel Wind Strike for just huge area of effect damage. And then we can take Alert here, or you can go with an ability score improvement to take up our dexterity. Entirely your choice if you want more armor class or if you want more initiative. So I'm going to go with that there. And for our the gear that we'll be choosing for this build, I just went with this for the thematic purpose, but we can go with like a I guess with a robe selection here. So like Robe of the Weave is a good choice if you want to get yourself a little bit higher armor class. And then I like you can go with the Deathstalker Mantle or the Cloak of Protection. It just depends if you went with the Dark Urge or not. So with this, we have a decent armor class. There's a few other choices for armor, like you can go with like the Wave Mother's Robe. That's never a bad choice for the resistances. Potent Robe is also another good choice. You don't have any heavy armor proficiencies, and medium armor you don't have as well, so that's taking out a couple of them. But you can go with like the Ballast Armor if you want to go in close with the Infernal Rapier to be able to deal double damage with that for melee attacks. But I think the best choice is the Robe of the Weave, and then throwing on the Viconia's Walking Fortress for a shield, or any other +3 or even +2 shield. And also going with the Hood of the Weave here for the plus to our spell save DC. Helldesk Gloves as well, Boots Protection, Ring Protection, or Evasive Shoes, all the +1 to armor class because we need extra survivability. Killer Sweetheart can be a ring you can go with. Also Ring of Regeneration is not a bad choice. And even the Crypt Lord rings, because we don't get Create Undead unless we chose with our level 12 spell, so that can be a good way to get yourself another summon. And the Infernal Rapier is a good choice, although you can go with any other type of spell. I also recommend swapping out and taking like the Staff of Spell Power to give yourself the free cast, and then with that free cast, upcasting yourself a Water Myrmidon or any other type of Myrmidon, air, earth, fire. Since we're from the underground, I feel like Earth Myrmidon just makes sense, so we'll go with that. I typically don't go with the Earth Myrmidon, but we'll do it. It's got a nice thematic look to it. And then we can swap back our staff. Although you can also then throw in Mark of Heshker if you want to have like a optimal pick for spell casting, because that's just a really good staff in general. And then you can pick like the fire version just to go thematically with this build. So getting into combat, I'll show off the combat as well as using our ability to turn into our god form, because I think that's one thing that people would like to see. We also do get some cool like burning spells, so that's why I said it's probably best to go with the fire version of this staff attack, although lightning is always good too. That's more so a Zeus theme, but if you want to make this as strong as possible, you'd go that route. So typically we want to set up before combat if possible, so we do have things that we can drop down, like an insect plague here to oh, we got into combat real early. I didn't even get to set my Kreska's favor here, so I guess cold damage can work too, because the undead's cold. We'll go with that one just for peak damage. That does use up our action though, unfortunately. So I'll just camp out here for our turn, let them come to me. I was going to set up insect plague here. They're going to dash, of course. With spell casting and crowd control spells like this one has, we want to try and create choke points if we can using the map. Obviously for a solo, this kind of limits what we can do, but yeah, if you have other teammates, you can set up in different ways. So they weren't even able to hurt, so that's fine. And we got the thunder strike there, which we can use. I guess we'll go with that and bonk them, hopefully prone and miss, of course. And then we can use this. And the nice thing about Myrmidons is they can provide a bit of tanking for us because they have a lower armor class. So with them, it can actually draw aggro towards them instead of us, which is nice, and also can fool the enemy's AI at times. They don't have an opportunity attack, so that's fun. I guess I'll move over this way, and then we can drop down an insect plague here, or even Hunger of Hadar, because we do have that. I guess that's a bit more thematic, although these people they do have dark vision, so I think difficult terrain makes a bit more sense. And we can plop it down there and hit both of them with it. Boom. Cool. Insect plague is nice. It encrusted them with frost for some reason. I don't know how that took them out, but I guess we have our the Illithid ability, so it just rolled a high enough damage to be able to take him out, which is fine by me. We somehow, I guess with encrusted with frost, it's because we got ourselves the staff here, so I forgot about that. Also, I guess I could have made the invisibility here whenever I casted a spell, but that's for next turn. We'll let them come towards me here. Oh, they're just gonna dash. That's an odd choice. And then we can take our Myrmidon to kind of tank for us. We'll hopefully get the prone block. Wow, not having the best luck here. And always keep yourself distant from your team if possible, because they will usually use, and higher levels, they'll use attacks to try to hit both of you there. As you can see, they went with the blind, and we stopped them with the insect plague. Concentration broken. That's exactly why we like insect plague. Difficult terrain plus a damage option, pretty useful. Now we also got our cloak strike, so we'll use this, and then we'll use steel wind strike. So with this, we can attack multiple targets. This spell is incredible. So I highly recommend using this whenever you're, if you're using Mistress spells, because you're going to see why. Bonk. We took out 2 of them. Jeez. So yeah, Steel Wind Strike, very powerful. And we went invisible as well. So that's nice, because we got advantage on attack rolls. So when we drop like a Scorching Ray next turn, we can literally obliterate them. Or you can follow up with another one of those. And since this is drawing the aggro, we'll just have him sit right here. And this guy's going to dash through here and still take damage, using up his turns. That is why Insect Plague is so useful, because you can usually get a couple ticks of damage off. And then with this, we can use Cloak Strike again, but we can also use this to make... we have this here to make any of our spells that require saving throws land more frequently, which is nice. And then also Holy Healing will give us healing on any of our spells. So then we'll just blast him with a Scorching Ray. I don't even think we need to upcast it, but we will just for fun. And bonk. Yeah, that took him out. I was gonna say, figured it would. And there it is. That is a Hair of Hades. You got great crowd control between Hunger of Hadar and Insect Plague. Insect Plague's probably the more powerful one, just due to the due to the difficult terrain and just the tick damage they can do over time. We also got the Hades Grasp here, which is a concentration. He's mad at us, so we'll show the Hades Grasp. And there's going to be some guards that probably come running at us here. Medusa's Gaze is also pretty useful. I didn't really get a chance to use too many of these. Oh, that healed him for whatever reason. We'll also run over here. We're probably going to get guards come after us in a minute here. So I'll just blast him with that. He got save failed on Soul Chain. Stealth successful somehow. And yeah, the Hair of Hades is really fun because you get a lot of different spells that are a little bit different from what you normally get. This is a plague attack, and it only raises undead if you use the spell whenever it's outside of combat, or inside combat, so that's why I didn't summon anyone in there. But yeah, we'll show off the godly form as well, so you can take the true form as a god. And I guess this will knock back people. And here we go. Perfect. We got ourselves into combat. And then we can drop ourselves down to the Medusa's Gaze here. So we'll move into perfect form here. And Medusa's Gaze. Bonk. And that petrified one of them. So perfect. And for some reason I didn't hit with that one. But then we can also use our Illithid abilities if you got them. That took them both out. Wow. So yeah, we got our 26 temporary health. We're large and in charge. So we can go around fighting. I guess I look at all the guards over here, but yeah, we also got ourselves the Blaze Warp, which can teleport us around. I don't have a level 3 spell, but we can always upcast that. And I'm not going to show off full combat here because we're going to get wrecked by them, but it is a cool spell because you can teleport with it, bonk, and hit with fire attacks. So yeah, pretty useful. We also got ourselves the ability to do the hell weapon there, which is pretty nice. Mind Sanctuary, fun. We can go with that. And next turn we'll get ourselves 2 actions, so it's useful. We also get the ability to fly after casting. And our summon here is pretty useful if he can hit his attacks. Finally hit an attack, got a prone off, and we already got 2 people to fight here, so we got ourselves in a decent little fight to show us off. Pro, that's gonna be blocked, and in our god form, fused with godly power. So, oh, look at the character sheet here. I guess I have the strength potion active, but godly form doesn't really say what it does, but you get extra damage on your attacks. I know that much. And oh wow, we got ourselves, I guess we can just, you can literally just go with like level 2 spells here. You don't even have to hit hard. Grasp of Hades, we already have a Mind Sanctuary, so boom. Oh, I missed with that, but still hit. Cool, that was good. I don't know why my characters, oh, I soul chained myself by accident. So whenever you're soul chain, you can't actually move. So yeah, that's something that can happen. But we also got ourselves some pretty strong spells here too, like Circle of Death, so you can blast that off there and hit multiple targets at a time. I'm surprised they didn't just get into a fight with me, but they went way back there. Of course they did. I guess my Mind Sanctuary's gone, so bonk, we'll just move back here and then let them blast us. I'll just skip that. So we got hit really hard with a lot of critical hits. My luck there was just awful, but we'll just hit off another Circle of Death because that is pretty strong, because you can see here the area of effect is huge. We're gonna hit our Myrmidon, but that's fine. We'll hit everyone from around there. Wow, we actually took out quite a few of them. So yeah, that is one of the nice things, is Circle of Death. It's surprisingly an underrated spell. And yeah, look at all the spears that they threw into my character. So there is the Hair of Hades demigod build in Baldur's Gate 3. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible day, and I'll see you all in the next video.